What a night, guys. What a night. I mean, another good pay-per-view. Another good pay-per-view on the SmackDown side. And this is something that we kind of have, I guess you could say, come to expect. And this one was really good. Like, this is probably going to be my highest rated pay-per-view in a while, because I know all y'all have been used to me saying like it's a 6 or a 7. This one, I'm not even gonna lie, it was an 8. It really was. This really was an 8. They really played up to their stories. They kept you on the edge of your seat. And honestly, there could have been a couple of things that like you could have tweaked. I mean, and I'm gonna get to some of them in a little bit. Now, if y'all know me, I did not watch the pre-show, but I will talk about it. I will talk about it. It was the Hype Bros versus the Clones, and I say this all the time. I mean, the Clones, SmackDown's just looking for a reason to just use them, or WWE is just looking for a reason to use them. And honestly, I honestly believe, and it's not that Zack Ryder's back. No, it's not that. It's not even that. Well, it was a little bit of that tonight, but it's the fact that WWE really does want to push Mojo Rawley. And honestly, I like that. Because he's a very good young talent that WWE has. They're going to use him to his full potential. And honestly, whether he turns out to be like a Baron Corbin, where Baron just, and spoiler alert, where Baron just won the Money in the Bank tonight, as opposed to, how can I put it? As opposed to a Big Show where he won it and we really haven't seen much out of him. He's kind of played a part-time role. And same thing with Cesaro. Cesaro, he's been alright. And there's a fucking fly around here, but I'm not even gonna bother with that. But it's okay. So the next thing I want to talk about, and this is gonna be something that's probably gonna be addressed on SmackDown, probably like first or second thing, like not even, like whenever they get to the women's segment, that's when they're gonna talk about it. And it's definitely gonna be a hot button issue. Ooh, and it's the fact that Carmella, okay, so the way I'm gonna say it is this. Carmella kind of, well, okay, it wasn't Carmella. Let's be real, guys. Ellsworth. Alright, and I'm actually gonna go to Daniel Bryan's Twitter feed, and I'm actually gonna tell you what he said, because personally I find it ridiculous. And okay, so I was right. The SmackDown Women's is Money in the Bank ladder match. That's going to be the first thing addressed on Tuesday. Now, again, how can I put this? Ellsworth turns around. Everybody's down. Everybody's out. Now, before y'all go ahead and you start jumping down somebody's throat, Ellsworth did not hit a girl. A girl would hit him, but he did not hit a girl. However, he did push Becky Lynch off the ladder, and that's something that was kind of messed up. Like, I get it, it's a storyline and everything, but honestly, that, in my opinion, that was kind of messed up from a guy's standpoint. But it's whatever. It's whatever. Personally, part of me is just glad that Natalya and Tamina didn't win it, because Natalya, honestly, she, again, another person that WWE is just trying to keep alive. But we all know that Natalya's gonna retire soon, and Tamina, when was the last time we saw Tamina? Like, let's be real, it's been like a year, maybe? Someone can correct me if I'm wrong on that. But back to what Daniel Bryan said, he said, but this is from Daniel Bryan's Twitter. This is what he said. He said, absolutely unacceptable and cheap. The circumstances surrounding the women's Money in the Bank match will be, be the first thing addressed on SmackDown Live. So obviously, there's going to be a lot of controversy, whether it's Carmella's going to be competing in the match, or better yet, WWE writers, I got a suggestion for you, as always. Maybe restart the match. Maybe have the SmackDown Women's Money in the Bank ladder match, and how can I put it? Have it just turn around and be the main event. Now, yeah. Now, obviously, that's probably not going to be the case. They might have a matchup, a one-on-one matchup between Carmella and Becky Lynch, and I can't really say anything. Honestly, part of me is saying, yes, it was disappointing, but this match was everything that the hype lived up to. Ooh, there was high-flying moves, people were taking risks, and honestly, it felt like a men's Money in the Bank, and it really did. It really was a good replacement for the Raw Money in the Bank ladder match, or for the Universal Championship ladder match. Like, you get the picture. Like, it was a very good replacement. I honestly, I give it to them. Then you had the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match, and that was the New Day taking on the Usos. And if you guys saw the match, well, probably a lot of you did. Usos wound up winning, or Usos wound up losing by way of countout. And honestly, this is going to be a lot, and I believe, well, it's not really going to be a lot, but right now it's June. So, and if I go to WWE's, like the WWE app, the next pay-per-view on tap is obviously Great Balls of Fire. Still can't believe that's a fucking name. But yeah. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pay-per-view. Here we go. So, NXT Heatwave. The next pay-per-view is, like I said, it's Great Ball of Fire. Yep. And that's going to be on July... I just saw it. Am I blind? July 9th. I'm blind, guys. I'm sorry. July 9th. And then after that, I don't think there's going to be anything else. No, I think that's just going to be... no, it's going to be Battleground? Oh, okay. So Battleground is going to be July 23rd. And then after that, it should be a straight shoot to SummerSlam, right? August... Yep, it's going to be a straight shot to SummerSlam right after Battleground. So SmackDown's going to get one more pay-per-view in, and that's going to be Battleground, like I said. And the real question going into Battleground is going to be, who is going to be... What are the matches? Like, obviously, a lot of these champions are possibly going to be changing at SummerSlam, because obviously we all know that WWE likes to change the what is it? They like to change the title at SummerSlam. They like to do it at big events, such as, like I said, SummerSlam, such as Survivor Series, even such as WrestleMania. They've had a tendency to do that more often than not this year, as of late. And personally, I don't think it's a bad thing. I really do think it's a good thing. Okay, so, I mean, the question is, are the Usos going to probably face the New Day at Battleground? Most likely. Is it going to be a big match at SummerSlam for the tag titles? Most likely. Are the Usos going to defend, or are the Usos going to win at SummerSlam? I can't say yes, I can't say no. Honestly, JBL has made a good point. If the Usos as of late, and the way WWE's been pushing them, they have probably been the best tag team in running SmackDown as of late. Now, whether this is going to have, whether this is going to spark something where they have, Breezango get back in the mix, or, American Alpha comes back, or the Hype Bros even, because I do know, because you guys gotta remember, the Hype Bros are due for a match for the tag team titles, so gotta keep that in mind, and that's gonna be interesting come SummerSlam, and even Battleground, and then guys, we had arguably the most, in my opinion, one of the most unexpected debuts. And guys, if you guys haven't watched TNA before, if you haven't watched Ring of Honor, or if you did watch Money in the Bank, and if you do remember a how can I put this? If you remember a Dipsy ring announcer, as a lot of people would say it, if you remember a Dipsy ring announcer, her slash backstage interviewer slash Diva of the Year even, Maria Kanellis. Yes, they actually are using her full name, and Mike Miracle Bennett, aka Mike Kanellis. Yes, I hope I'm saying their names right. And honestly, guys, this is a lot of TNA stars that are actually coming in from, TNA and from Ring of Honor, and actually coming in. And honestly, I can't tell you what they're gonna do as with Bennett and Maria. Honestly, are they gonna make him a mid card? I can't say. Honestly, I think that's probably where they're gonna start Bennett, because honestly, I don't remember how big of a star he was in TNA. Truth be told, guys, I haven't watched TNA in a minute. I haven't watched it about a month or two, or something like that. I watch it every once in a while on YouTube. You get the picture. But I mean, no, honestly, I'm interested to see what they do. I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll start a rivalry, and this would be really interesting in my opinion. Maybe they start a rivalry between Bennett and Owens for the U.S. title. That would be interesting. Throwing out suggestions, guys. Now, in terms of Maria, what are they going to do with her? Obviously, when Maria first started in WWE back in 2005, I believe it was, obviously we know she was a ring announcer. Or, well, not really a ring announcer, but she was a, trying to remember. Maria back in the day was a interviewer. Why am I drawing blanks today, guys? Maria was an interviewer, and pretty much as her career developed, they did start to put her in more high quality matches. I don't believe Maria ever had a shot at the Women's of the Divas Championship. That's something I gotta look into, and that's interesting because honestly, after Maria left WWE, they started pushing her to be a very good superstar, actually, or a very good diva, and honestly, it has paid out. It really has, and a lot of these superstars that actually have left WWE and actually experienced a real talent, such as Drew McIntyre, such as Maria, such as a lot of people. Oh, like I said, who have left WWE and came back. Like a little bit of Jinder Mahal, a little bit of Jinder. I'm not gonna say because he really hasn't left. You know what I'm saying? And even Cody Rhodes. I'll throw that one up. I've seen Cody. He trust me. Trust me. They have turned him into a badass, to say the least. But no, it's gonna be interesting. It really is. Come SummerSlam. It's gonna be interesting what they do with WWE with Maria, because honestly, I don't think Naomi's a real I don't think Naomi's a really good champion. Honestly, and that I'm gonna talk about next. And honestly, there are a lot of opportunities where WWE can actually turn around and say, this is where we went wrong with Maria's career. Let's reboot it. Let's make it what pretty much other companies have already made it. But, I mean, I couldn't tell you. Now, going to the SmackDown Women's Championship match, I did not expect WWE to even think about doing this. Or more or less, I wasn't even expecting WWE to have Lana put up this much of a fight. Obviously, yes, she did lose, but you also got to think there were parts of that match where honestly I kind of thought that Lana was actually going to win, but as always, WWE likes to protect the material that's given. Sorry, guys, I'm actually looking for food. But that's something that WWE likes to do, and I couldn't find food. As he looks to the right and finds a burrito. Whatever. But no, Oh, like I honestly think that WWE might actually push Lana to become a champion. And honestly, again, that's another thing that I was talking. And like I said, what I was talking about, where WWE they really haven't used a lot of people to their full potential. Now they're making Lana a diva, actually, or a superstar as they like to call it. But they're actually making Lana, relevant in again. And honestly in this match, they made Lana prove. I think this was kind of like a proving point where it was like, does Lana, can Lana hang with the big fish? And honestly, I think she proved that big time. And honestly, I think if it's not for Carmella coming out and threatening to cash in her quote unquote her Money in the Bank briefcase, I really do think that Lana has a shot at beating Naomi. And I really do think that would have been really good. And that would have been really interesting. And part of me actually was thinking that entire match, Lana softening up Naomi, and I honestly thought that Carmella was going to cash in, but again, WWE, they like to tease us like that, and Naomi obviously full eye on Carmella, so obviously we all know, not the best opportune time. I need to cash in, but it's all good. It's all good. Now, when she cashes in, that's beside the point. Right? If Ellsworth cashes in, can't tell you. Because after all, guys, let's keep in mind, Carmella never got the briefcase. Yes, Ellsworth handed it to her, but she never took it off the rung. Obviously, no rule. As JBL pointed out, no rules were broken, yada yada yada, but let's be real. Okay, I'm actually going to skip over the WWE Championship match, because I somewhat have a little rant, but not really. You rant? And I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm actually going to talk about Breezango versus the Ascension. And Breezango, again, it's a tag team that they had their shot, they lost. Is WWE going to give them a shot? Again, all this is going to pretty much be like the way these teams are playing right now, and the way WWE is playing it is probably at SummerSlam, and this is just a guess. They might have, and again, just an opinion, they might have a tag team tournament. And SmackDown, they've had a tendency to do that at SmackDown. Where they just turn around and they have a tag team turmoil. As there's a fly here, and I'm gonna kill it. Y'all about to see my mom's fly swatter. Did I get it? It's barely alive. No, it's dead. Cool. My bad, guys. Kind of lost a little bit of chance. Oh yeah. But like I said, something that SmackDown's had a tendency to do as of late is have something such as a tag team turmoil. And personally, I wouldn't mind seeing another tag team turmoil from SmackDown, because honestly, the tag teams that SmackDown has are a bunch of young talent. Now, personally, do I want to see another tag team reign from New Day? Guys, I'm not even gonna lie. I honestly, I don't want to see another tag team reign from New Day. As much as a pop, and if you guys know me, I went to Extreme Rules. I bring it up virtually every stream, I believe. Like, it feels like I bring it up every stream. Went to Extreme Rules, and honestly, out of everybody, they probably got the biggest pop of the night. And believe me, I do. I love New Day's game. I really do. Honestly, the 3-on-1 game that they always play, it's really good. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna leave it how it was. Sorry, guys. I'm mad, like, OCD tonight for some reason. But no, I don't really think that WWE would have New Day turn around and be the first, Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Champions. But then again, they did it with Bliss already, so, I could be wrong. Now I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to get to the WWE Championship match. And this was actually before the Money in the Bank ladder match. And that was a little bit surprising to me, but not really. Now, Jinder Mahal, I get it. I get it. WWE's trying to make a product out of him. But in reality, if you think about it, they're kind of making an ass out of him. And that's something that I don't really... That's something I really don't like. And, the real question... And the one thing that I always talk about, I don't necessarily like it, when a WWE superstar goes to their hometown and then they lose in their hometown. Because, let's be real. It's their hometown, yeah. But honestly, I think that the one thing that's going to happen is, honestly, I think, again, it's going to be SummerSlam. It's either going to be Battleground or it's going to be SummerSlam. Something big's going to happen. And the real question is, and the $1,000 question is going to be, can Jinder Mahal defend it at a SummerSlam? Because then that's going to actually determine when they're going to give up when they're going to have Jinder cancel it. Because I'm not going to say that this is going to be the longest championship reign in WWE history. No. Oh, alright? In my opinion, I really do think that, WWE might be spoiling, or WWE might be holding on to this product until, SummerSlam. Or possibly until maybe Survivor Series. Definitely not WrestleMania. Definitely not. Alright, if they hold it to WrestleMania, I'll be shocked. But that's me. That's me. Now whether they have Jinder face Randy at what the hell is it? At SummerSlam, and it's in a steel cage match or something where the Singh brothers can't get involved. Honestly, I can't tell you. I really can't. But yeah, and then honestly, I want to see what WWE does with Jinder. I really do. Well, because honestly, again, this is what I'm talking about. They're taking a guy who they made a joke out of. Let's be real. He was a joke. In 3MB, having a rivalry with Great Khali. When he first started, they made him great. They really did. They tried to show his potential, but then they fucked it up. Put him in 3MB, released him, brought him back. Now he's WWE champion. Let's be real. So, I honestly, personally, I want to see this. And then we turn around and we get to the Money in the Bank match. And honestly, guys, part of it was predictable. And then this is why I give it an 8. Part of it was predictable, but you couldn't really predict it. And honestly, somebody who has been more than overdue for a championship run in WWE is going to be getting that. And that is, guys, the lone wolf, as I said before, your Money in the Bank winner and the Mr. Money in the Bank is Baron Corbin. Now, you look at now real quick, look at Corbin, what he's done over the past, I think he's been here 2 years? Yep, 32, 33, 2 years. He has been, and he's won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and Mr. Money in the Bank. He has not won a championship yet. That's going to change. With that Money in the Bank, and obviously, guys, we know, we know the stakes, we know everything. It's going to be in case of, will Baron Corbin actually be successful in it? So, personally, I think he might. Honestly, knowing Corbin, if they're going to keep him as a heel, hell yeah, he'll do it. And again, that's where I bring up SummerSlam. That really is. That's where I bring up SummerSlam because he might cash it in there. He might cash it in later. Who knows? Oh, it's going to be really interesting. And honestly, at the beginning of the match, if you guys didn't see it, they had him attack Shinsuke Nakamura. Personally, I don't think that's going to become a rivalry because honestly, I think WWE was going to have Shinsuke do something with, what's his name? With Kevin Owens for the United States Championship. And honestly, that's going to be an interesting rivalry. And then I think it was either going to be, and I think it's either going to be a continuation of AJ versus Dolph or Sammy versus his Dolph, because I really don't think they're going to turn Sami Zayn heel, and I don't think they're going to turn AJ heel either. Well, and that's a personal thing. And who knows? Maybe they give Dolph a tag team partner and AJ and Sammy form, I don't know. Oh, Sam AJ, or SayJ. Guys, I'm running out of freaking ideas. I'm running out of names, guys. Like, let's be real. I mean, who knows? It's gonna be interesting. It really is. Coming up these next couple of weeks on SmackDown. Honestly, this was, like, I'm not even gonna lie. This was probably one of the better pay-per-views on the main stage. It really was. Listen, like I said, if I had the rating, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to give it a 10. Or, not a 10, I'm going to give it an 8. I'm going to give it an 8. It had you on the edge of your seats. Honestly, like I said, could have adjusted a couple things. And it was interesting. It really was. Now, give or take, I didn't get a chance to watch it on a network. That's okay. I still got a chance to watch it. I found a place. I used to watch it. So, yeah. Alright guys, so that's going to actually go ahead and that's going to do it for me. Like I said, Jinder Mahal still United, or pretty much, here, I'll just do a quick recap. So like I said, Hype Bros beat the Colognes. Carmella is the women's Money in the Bank. That's something you're going to have to tune into SmackDown for. Or actually, hang on, let me redo that. Hype Bros beat the Colognes. Usos beat the New Day. New Day beats the Usos, goes by countout, but the Usos still retain the tag team championships. Naomi beat Lana with a little bit of help from Carmella. Breezango beat the Ascension. Jinder Mahal goes ahead and he beats Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. And Carmella is the Money in the Bank winner. That's something you're going to have to tune in on SmackDown. And Baron Corbin, guys, is in fact, like I said, Mr. Money in the Bank. And like I said, a very good pay-per-view. 8 out of 10 for me. Really good. And yeah, as I said, guys, that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys for tuning in. And guys, I will see you guys sometime soon because I actually got a lot of NBA news and a lot of MLB news. So make sure you guys keep it locked, and I will talk to you guys later. Deuces.